Hi YouTube! I have succeeded in getting up into the attic. My attic decking came, and I have to say that this stuff is really nice. Because it fits in between the joists, and it's toned in such a way that you don't even have to screw it down. If you don't want to, it'll just stay put as long as you get it in between the joists. So anyways, here is my lovely thing here for the bathroom vent. I have tools to get that out, and this is the wiring that comes off of it. And so now it comes over here. What is this stuff here? This is Ameriflex non-metallic 12-2. And so that's the hole down in the wall, and down there is the switch. So I have my voltage probe because I believe that this wire here feeds power down to the box, and then the power comes up to these two here, and then it runs into the fan here, and then that unjunction boxed connection that's way over there. Let me throw some light on it. That thing right down there, now I believe that runs down and that powers my vanity. So we will get started ripping stuff apart here. But as I set this up here, first things first, grab my voltage probe here. These should not have power on them. Because these should all be switched. But this one should have power on it because, yeah, so this one has power on it because that's the power going down. And it doesn't light up here, so there is no, well, this one is saying that there is power to it, so I'm going to have to run. I'm going to have to run downstairs and flip a breaker just to be safe. So that's dead. Okay, so we're back upstairs now. Voltage probe is still showing a little bit, so I'm thinking that it's maybe just seeing stuff on the neutral. But I know that it's off because you saw me flip the lights, so I can rip this out. Alright, so a little hammering later. I finally got the vent fan out of here. And yeah, this thing is definitely seen better days, so I'm certainly happy to be replacing it. So then that's the thing to the outside that they never had. There's even a check valve in here. Holy crap, this thing's dusty. But yeah, there's a check valve in here that never closed. It is like 90 degrees up in my attic today, so I'm like sweating really bad here. So I'm just curious how to get this top off of here so that I can undo the electrical connections. Okay, so now that I look in here, this is that box. I had to pull the fan shroud out of the way to get access to the wiring in here, but the one with the yellow tape is the one that I need to be mindful of, because that's going to be the one that controls the... Well, actually, I'm trying to think here. On the right, so that's the one on the right. So yeah, the yellow tape comes from the switch on the right, and then the one without the white tape comes to the switch on the left, and then one runs back out and over there to the vanity. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to undo the things there, and then I will mark the white one as being fan. Look at all that corrosion on those connections there. Yeah, people were running hair dryers and other various things, heavy draw loads through here, and amazingly, this is it looks like it didn't get hot to the point that it was burning stuff, but yeah, this is definitely an unsafe connection. So now I have the very dusty insulation pulled up from over here, and this was added on, so my bathroom closet in here was added on because this is all new. This is more newer construction, so they were up here doing something. But I want to find where the wall is that I want to add that outlet to, and I'm going to have to find and drill a hole in here. So I got my hammer. You hear how that changes? So yeah, probably like right along here is where the wall is that I want to cut into, or at least go down into. But I'm going to do some measurements before I do that, just to be doubly sure that I'm not going to be going into the ceiling. Here's my ugly bathtub. And right there is the trace mark for the hole for where my bath light's going to go. I was breathing in dust upstairs. A lot of dust. Oh my god, it's dusty in that attic. But unfortunately, I can't put it on center line with the tub because where center line is that there's a ceiling joist that runs right over there, so I'm going to have to offset it a little bit. Fortunately, that's not what I want to do, but unfortunately, I really don't have a hell of a lot of choice in this matter, so I just got a drill bit there, and I'm going to use that to ride out the drywall, so like the teacher always said, drawing between the lines. Wish me luck. See that? That's dust, buddy. Here's the hole. And you can see the dust floating up in here. Yeah, it's... I don't know, but I'm just like covered in drywall dust right now. Okay, so because this is going to be going up into my attic where I'm not going to be able to access this for any reason, just to ensure that I have good connections, I have soldered hot and neutral on this, and I just have the wire loom coming down to my thing there. And of course I had to overdrive my soldering done with the Variax so that I can actually get enough heat to solder that quickly, but it worked. So now I'll patch this up, and then I'll cut off the wire at a point where I think I'll have enough to get around there, and then I will staple it to the thing there after I insert my fixture into the ceiling. Alright, so this is what the final product looks like in this little junction box here. I have ground, neutral, hot, soldered, electrical taped, and then I have a knuckle on the junction box here so that this wire has not any issues with being frayed on the edge of the metal box. And so the last thing to do here is to... But the ban did not include chewing tobacco until now. Come on. Coming up at 6, how city leaders plan to enforce the ban. And we want to hear your thoughts. Do you think tobacco should... That is in place, and so what I'm going to do now is I'm probably going to cut off a couple extra feet of wire here, and then I'm just going to feed this up through the wall or through the ceiling as a whole here. So yeah, once you get the hole cut, there are these tabs that grab the drywall underneath, and this just pops in there like that, and voila, we're done. Okay, so I've got the new thing in the way there. Had a little crack there in the drywall, but as I'm looking this over, the way that these mounts are set up, these don't quite get under the... Well, they don't quite get under. I think what this is supposed to do is that this is supposed to be just sitting on these rails and not on the drywall here. So I'm going to have to go downstairs and I'm going to have to do some more cutting to try and get that open. Again, you see dust in front of the camera lens. And I did some hacking, but I finally got the fan, the new exhaust fan, sitting in the hole as it should be. So now I can go up there and I can hammer it in place. Alright, so there is the bath light over my tub. And now this is the new fan that is installed. There's a bird's nest over there. Ay, ay, ay. But I think I might just have to get somebody in here to go into the roof, because there's no way that I'm going to be able to really get in there, because that's just so narrow, unless I go at it from the outside. But that'll be for tomorrow. Tonight we'll just get the rest of this stuff wired up, and then I can at least have a fan and shower with a light tonight. Okay, YouTube, so here's a quiz. What does a handyman do when he's too lazy to go to the store and get 12-3 instead of 12-2 wire? You just cut off the neutral on one and don't use it. So now I'm trying to figure out how to best incorporate this into that, and I think I know how I'm going to have to do it. So now I'm starting to get the junction box set up for distributing power. Now, one of the nice things about sloppy handyman is that they leave you lots of extra material to work with, so that's going to be less wire that I'm going to have to use. Okay, so yeah, I'm coughing because I got dust. I inhaled a pound of dust today, but so yeah, I've got a junction box up here that is going to be for lighting stuff, and I think what I'm going to do right now with this vanity light that has no junction boxes, I'm just going to leave that be. And what I'm going to do, since that runs right along the vent pipe, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the hardware store tomorrow and get some tape, and then I can go through there, and what I can do is I can fish a new line down into the vanity so that I don't have that one just there without any, or actually probably what I could do is I could just go in there and just find where, well, because yeah, that's the wall right there, because that's the vent pipe coming off of the toilet. So if I go there, if I figure out how much east of the toilet that is, I can just drill a new hole and bada bing bada boom. But in the meantime, I'm about ready to wire this thing up. So yeah, it is now 7:45 at night. I've been at this for about 5 hours now, and I have the first part done. I've got the fan installed and I have it wired up. I got a junction box there. Tomorrow I'm going to tackle that thing. Right now I just have that unhooked, and then I got my over the shower light installed and wired up too. So I'm just going to plug this onto the end of that for now, and then tomorrow my goal is going to be to run, or at least try and run something over there, which is where my power box runs out of. That's going to be a fun one, but I want to get it over here, and then I want to get it down the wall so that I can hook up the heater and have that ready to go. And then beyond that, I have to try and figure out how I'm going to vent this thing, and we'll check back with you later. So in the meantime, let's see if I do anything, or if I screwed anything up. As a certain YouTuber would say, smoke test! Holy cow. Light, fan. There's my tub light and my very filthy tub. Wow, that's bright. And that thing is quiet too. But yeah, I gotta get the heat hooked up. That's disconnected, but it looks like I was successful in not effing anything up. Okay, so here we are about 2 hours later. These have since been through the wash, and I have cleaned all the dust and grime off everything. So yeah, there's my lovely new LED light shining down in my original 1960 de-enameled bathtub, which I'm going to have professionally replaced at some point. And then up here is the brand new thing for a little bit of a gap there. Nothing too bad. It was already cracked up here, as you can see. I'm guessing that's when they put the original one in, was they managed to somehow crack the ceiling. But it cracks all the way over there. But basically, the goal for tomorrow is going to be to move this outlet over here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to find out where that wall is interior-wise, and I'm going to drill a hole in there, and then I'm going to fish some wire down. And then right about here, what I'm going to do, I think, to conserve the amount of wire that I'm going to have to run, I'm going to put the outlet And I've got a timer switch for the heater that's on this on that bathroom fan to power that. So it'll just be a thing where wire will come down, go to the outlet, junction across to the timer switch, back up, and boom, like that. And I think that will be a very efficient use of wire. But yeah, this is the heater, and it'll be really, really nice to have in the wintertime because this bathroom does not have any venting for the furnace, so it gets, I'm assuming that it will get kind of chilly in here. So now the fun thing is going to be with the power panel, because what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to do some more, make more of a mess. I'm going to have to remove these shelves, pull the dryer out of the way, and then I'm going to have to very carefully go into that drywall with something to cut it out so that I have room to run a circuit up into the ceiling. And I'm kind of pondering how I'm going to do that and have it look nice. But like this whole power panel is like really, really goofy because the power panel is designed to fit in between joists that have spacing of 16 inches. Now I have 24 inches, but where this wall is here, there is a joist about a foot back, so they actually had to cut a good chunk of wood out of the way to fit it in there. So I'm only going to be able to do like the left or right half. Actually, it's only going to be like the left half of the box that I'm going to have available to run stuff into it. So who knows how that's going to go tomorrow? We will play it by ear, and this is part 1. So stay tuned at some point in the future for part 2. As always, if you like my videos, please like them, please comment on them, and please subscribe to my channel.